It's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your milk and cookies are? Hi, I'm Gary. Welcome to Fladge Rants Live. What's the topic today? The Grimoire of a Brumlin? The Georgia Guidestones. No. Today it's Merriment. And for our poetry reading, the landlord say your rent is late. He may have to litigate. Ain't got no cash, ain't got no style, ain't got no gal to make you smile. But don't worry, be happy. Because when you worry, your face will frown, and that will bring everybody down. So don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy now. I'm the jerk that shows up with a smile every day, and it's annoying. So this is the first time we get to talk about a topic that I am an actual expert on. Now, I have found that even if I don't feel like smiling, if I fake it, if I force a smile on my face, very soon it becomes real. And although people help, it works internally, but also strangers, when you see their reaction to your smile, will actually cheer you up and make you happy. Now, it's going to sound like I'm talking out of both sides of my mouth here for a little bit. But I want to steelman the counter argument. So, no matter how bad you have it, it's still better than at least half of the population. 5.3 billion people have internet access, so you are in the top 2/3 if you're watching this. Now, a lot of what could make you happy, the obvious, proper rest, diet, exercise. But I want to take a deep dive into this. It took me till I was 50 to buy my dream house. I'm in my barn. I've never thought I would be able to own a barn. But time put in, sacrifice, and certainly I was extremely fortunate, lucky, if you want to call it that. But it's important to not live beyond your means. Now, some people have accused me of hedonism, pleasure seeker, but those type of people don't save for the future and sacrifice and plan like that. So I'm not exactly a hedonist. I've also been accused of being a nihilist, as I claim that nothing is, our free will is imaginary and everything is predestined. So that would lean towards nihilism. Nothing matters. It doesn't matter. Well, that's not true at all. And I'm definitely not a moral nihilist. In this world, there's imaginable amounts of suffering. In fact, the Buddhists call life suffering. Their word for life is suffering. And there's pleasure and there's pain. Without darkness, we wouldn't know what light is. Without evil, how would we determine what is good? The opposites suggest the opposite. And it truly doesn't matter if we truly have true free will, and we're autonomous creatures doing what we want. We clearly have more opportunities than our ancestors. It's very obvious to me, even though the conspiracy theory that I keep pitching is a cage inside a cage inside a cage. It's a construct with a monetary system that's a house of cards, and we're basically trapped in all sorts of I say a lot of anti-government things, but we need it. Here's how people should treat each other. You should be able to do whatever you want, unless it prevents someone else from doing whatever they want. And so when conflicts arise, that's when you have to go see Judge Wapner, People's Court. That's how government actually does help us. Let's go to Christmas. The Nativity. Ha ha ha. So Matthew and Luke have a nativity. Mark and John do not. These are the accounts of the birth of Jesus. There are conflicts between Matthew and Luke. The most notable one is after being born in Bethlehem in a manger. Now, I'm confused. What was there? An ox, a lamb, wise men, shepherds, kings, and a drummer boy? And can a star lead you to a place on earth? I don't know about any of that, but the big difference between Matthew and Luke's narratives were after he was born in Bethlehem, which is in Judea, they went to Nazareth, which is in Galilee. Now this was after the purification of 33 days. The Jewish law requires purification rite for a woman who gave birth and the child. And so they stayed in Bethlehem for the 33 days. We'll call it 40. It is interesting. The numbers 33 also corresponds with the number of years Jesus supposedly lived. So this holiday was originally Saturnalia. So happy Saturnalia, heathens.
And also to you.
Oh, thank you. Now, in Matthew, after the purification rites, the whole family, Joseph, Mary, and Jesus, went to Egypt, where they stayed for an undetermined amount of time before they headed back to Nazareth. In the Luke version of the Nativity, they went, after the purification rites, they went back to Nazareth immediately. So those don't agree with one another. I've got lots more, but the bigger problem I have with the epistemology of what's going on around us. Epistemology is how you know what you know. And if you think that you are putting tokens forward for an afterlife, then you're treating this life as a blip in eternity, so that doesn't matter very much, that you're going to cash out in eternity. But that makes what you're doing right now a dress rehearsal or a dream. This is it. This is real life. And okay, simulation theory says that this is a dream. That also doesn't matter. It doesn't change your situation. So it doesn't matter if it's predetermined or you have free will. It doesn't matter if this is base reality or a simulation. Your circumstances remain unchanged. And you will, however, leave this world a different place. You will not leave this world the way you found it. You can be a force for good, a force for evil, or generally neutral. And that's what we're wondering about the powers that be. I love to call them aliens because it throws all sorts of red flags out there. But the big question is, are they benevolent, malevolent, or ambivalent? And that's the three options: helpful, harmful, or leave it alone. And it does seem like leave it alone for the time being. And I'm just saying, if you're gonna leave a legacy behind, make it a good one. You guys happy?
I'm not, because it looks like we have a black screen on Rumble. Everything else is going. I got replies on Twitch. I got confirmation on YouTube, but black screen on Rumble.
I'm not hearing audio.
That's our main platform.
Yeah, it is. And I have all the settings right. So I recorded it locally, so I promise you I captured that. That was awesome. I agree with all of it, except for, I may disagree with all of it. But other than that, we'll get to that. But what you said was so well put. But the black screen is what I'm concerned about because that really puts a hampering on the show.
It's pretty racist. If it was a white screen, you probably wouldn't care.
The screen is doing blackface.
Yeah, knock it off.
It'll sort itself out. Have you guys heard of tulpamancers?
Never once in my life.
Tulpamancers are people who acknowledge a need for imaginary friends, and instead of turning to religion, they actually make up an imaginary friend. And this kind of goes along with you guys. Well, not my theory that the mind is greater than the brain, but you guys seem to espouse that kind of a view where your being is greater than yourself. And that's exactly what these tulpas are. A tulpa is an imaginary friend that they actually try to focus on, draw out of their imagination the details of the face, and it could be a human form or any animal or just a fantasy creature. But if you believe, and it's kind of like a religious experience, like when prophets hear God talking to them. These people believe that this is coming from outside of them, but us sane, rational people realize that it's coming from inside their own head. But it's not madness like the voices in my head, because those are mostly negative. Some of these are positive messages. So these tulpas actually help people with fractured psyches, like real brain problems. And I don't really have a ton of sympathy for mental illness, and that's a shortcoming I have. But if these tulpas help, and you can create an imaginary friend that actually helps, it's not that different than me screwing on a smile and pretending until it's actually real, because it does become real. And these tulpas do become real for people that are, bummed out or need some direction, because the direction is coming from inside of them. The description of the tulpa is made up inside their head. Their imaginary friend is them. It might be further fracturing their psyche, and that could be detrimental in that respect. But if you're going to have split personalities, might as well have one of them be the little angel on your shoulder. But once again, there's always the yin with every yang. Hey, George, you put a new hat on me?
Yes, I did. That was my only show so far today.
I put a Christmas tree right here.
Oh,
see it right here?
Right on that shelf where you store all your Christmas decorations?
Yeah. Can you see the... Oh, there's Picard right next to it.
Hey, look at him. Yeah, his bald head.
Yeah, my bald head's sticking out too.
You're going to start rivaling his bald head. Who's got the balder head?
Yeah.
Not to say the balder, but just the more round and shinier.
How did I get through all of this, and what was it? We were at 17 minutes when we started. Where are we at now? Oh, it's been 15 minutes? I got through a whole page of show prep in 15 minutes.
I don't know how you read that chicken scratch.
You can't read this?
Or made sense of it. It just seemed like a lot of...
I think you need a better camera.
Shit everywhere. Yeah.
Let's see that again. Does it have
okay.
Do it again.
Well, happy winter solstice, everybody.
Cheers to that.
I'll drink to that.
I call that the first day of spring.
I don't have any beer, unfortunately. Wrong.
We bottomed out, and every day gets a little longer. We're on our way to spring, right?
Well, I'm tempted to get bummed out when, say, my job went to crap this week. I'll tell you guys about that in a minute. When the podcast tanks a couple weeks ago on money, it was my most prepared monologue, or as I like to say it, monologue. And it was my best work ever. The fewest views since our second Fladge episode. I can't even understand why the numbers tanked for my most prepared monologue.
I have some suggestions, but since it's Christmas, I'll save it for next week.
Okay. Yeah, we need material for next week. I try to just divulge everything I've got, everything I'm thinking of, just give it all away. And holy crap, the guy's moving again. The critter ate all the stuffing out of the arm of this chair. Or he didn't eat it. He took it and made a nest in the corner. But yeah, I've got a critter here with me. He's my new mascot. We can make him the call screener.
Yeah, no.
Do we have a number?
He'd do a better job. He'd do a better job than I'm doing.
I will say on the chats here, the live chats, third off, let us know that Rumble is lagging badly. So that may have some.
So it's nothing I can do. So we'll just have to wait. I mean, it's.
Yeah, I'm trying to load on my phone and it's all over the place.
That happens. They're doing the best they can, but apparently there's a bunch of people that don't want them to succeed. So there's a bunch of people that constantly are giving them DOD attacks. Sorry, DDoS attacks.
Is that what's going on? You want to break that down for the idiots in the room here?
It's called a denial of service attack. It's basically where a computer has a million or a billion or as many requests as it can from the drone computers or zombie computers all over the world to the point where it can't function.
Oh.
And they use real clever geeky names, and
it could be like bogged down.
When I was not into it, because I would never harm anyone or do anything to disrupt any systems, but when I was younger, they used to call it the ion cannon. So you would be like, the people that would do it is, what's our target? You'd get the computer target, and then the ion cannon would just start firing, and that computer would not be able to function. It gets overloaded with requests. It's pretty simple, really.
Yeah.
It's devastating. What's that?
I'm getting.
You created an infinity mirror.
Yes, I did. That's Rumble. It's a black screen.
Yeah, but there's nothing I can do. I checked everything. You came up for a little bit, so we could either cancel the show or just keep going. Hopefully, it gets resolved by the time.
We had 9 watchers at one point. We have 5 now.
Well, there was 11 even at one time, but it was
I don't know,
black screen, and people it's freezing. They probably went over to YouTube to watch it, where it's actually still going just fine, but we'll just keep it at a YouTube level for now. And for all I know, because I'm stretching everything, we don't use like a service to restream. I'm using my computer, my system. So when we shut down the other streams, Rumble may pick up. It might be totally my fault. Who knows? But we're on a budget of, how much money we make coming in. So.
Oh yeah. So yeah, that's what I was getting at. But even though our podcast hasn't been terribly successful, gradual improvements, and I really think last week was our best conversation. Just the three of us just chatting it up. I watched it 3 times myself, so I'm our biggest fan. I loved it. I enjoyed the conversation. I rewatched it more times than I've ever watched any show ever.
Any of our shows or any show in the history of shows?
Yeah, weird.
How many?
No, actually.
I may call you out on that, but I want to hear you say it first.
Couple weekends, I had access to one Betamax tape of Popeye, and I had Mr. Mom, and so I must have watched each of those movies like 30 times. So Popeye with Robin Williams and Mr. Mom,
and then Fladge Rants Machinations. That seems
great. Number 3.
I want to, even though it's called winter solstice or Christmas, I want to get through some pleasantries. Did everyone have a good family day? Whatever we want to call it.
Oh yeah,
label it.
Did you see the picture of me holding up my sister?
I saw a picture of some kind of candy cane or some guy that sells something in the 1920s, but I'm not sure.
Yeah,
not sure.
Aren't those great? Those are my pants.
Those are like college, like I see those at my kids' colleges at the football games, those big stripes. What was up with the purse?
Oh, okay.
Was that a purse in the front?
No, it's bib overalls.
Bib overalls. For when you eat? Wait, are we gonna be extra nice to each other today because it's the holidays? I need to know before we start.
You better not.
Never.
Okay.
I want to know why the fuck he's not wearing those overalls right now. I was kind of
dude, I know. I thought you were prepared. I'm like, wow, he's going all out for the show.
Yeah. No.
I am.
And we have when the show started.
I just put the Molson Canadian jersey over.
Oh, it is Molson. I said Blackhawks.
Jersey.
I said Blackhawks, and I was kind of confused.
You don't put something over a Molson Canadian jersey.
You do if they were overalls.
They
go overall.
Hey, we're hip
That's
now.
overall stupid. No, you've always put your jacket on after.
They go overall.
Is that where the name?
No, it's not a literal. It's just a name.
That's where it comes from. Let's look up
there we
where
go.
overall came from.
Hey, Rumble's on.
Good. I don't know. I'm trying to look into other shit and see how it was rolling. A couple things are streaming fine.
So it's a good segue for that. We had our first comment from Twitch.
Yeah.
We're like young and hip now. They want to know if you had a hockey jersey on, and I said that it was a Blackhawks jersey. Now I feel blasphemous.
It was Blackhawks.
Blackhawks down.
Blackhawks.
But it was Molson, which that makes more sense, but it's not Red Wings either way.
Oh, this says, but it's a hockey. Yeah, it's a hockey jersey.
Hockey Hall of Fame. Temple de Lele, blah, 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 blah. It's probably
Can I drink a Molson?
Is it Molson
I've got
the French area of Canada?
I've got my usual, but I could drink a Molson. If you think that'd be more fitting.
Cheers. Rumble's running smooth, so we're good to go.
Cheers.
Woohoo! More reason to be happy.
Don't worry. Be happy.
All right. I'll fucking play it, but only once. Oh, wait. No, I can't. We're on fucking YouTube.
Yeah, wait.
No. Yeah.
But I was going to play it. I hate it, but I'm going to play it.
Well, we're not married to YouTube at this point anymore because Rumble's running.
To me, a pharaoh is something to hold a cable on. It's not a happy singer.
Yeah, tell you what. Run the disclaimer.
Oh, we're done already? All right, we're gonna zip through this. Great. Fuck YouTube. Yeah. Fuck YouTube.
Fuck YouTube.
Can you say that on YouTube? I bet you can't. It's like
we're about to find out the hard way.
YouTube look like Winnie the Pooh. YouTube as a whole. Oh, it's still fast. That's fine. So maintaining a positive outlook would actually just help with your general overall health. That's my message today. That's a great message. I want to say Merry Christmas to YouTube, and I really wish you would change your entire business philosophy. I understand you have to bend to the advertisers, but you're losing content creators left and right. Have a good day, YouTube.
Hi, YouTube.
Fuck off, YouTube.